Hey guys, so today I'll be unboxing a package from speedcubeshop.com. So today I'll be unboxing the MGC Sq1, the Dayan Guhong v3m, and a few of Speedcube Shop's cosmic lubricants. So let's get straight into this unboxing. So here are the three products I will be unboxing today. One is the Dayan Guhong v3m. Two is the MGC Sq1, my most excited one. I'm really excited for this. And a bunch of different lubricants from speedcubeshop.com. So getting straight into it, I'll save the two puzzles for just now, and I will first unbox the lubricants. So first up, I have these cosmic lubricants from speedcubeshop.com. I got two bottles of Stardust because they didn't have the larger bottles, so I just bought two small bottles. And then I also bought one bottle of Comet and one bottle of Cosmos. So I have two 3 batteries here that I cleaned out and tensioned to the exact same tension, and I'm going to test some of those lubricants on it. Also, I got some logos from speedcubeshop.com. So the cubes I'm using today to test the lubricants are the RS3M maglev and the RS3M 2020. So the normal version and the maglev version. The maglev version is quite fast, so I'm going to be putting in the Cosmos into the RS3M maglev and the Comet into the RS3M normal. So now that the cubes have the lubricants in it, now all that's left is breaking. You can instantly feel a difference. The RS3M 2020 feels slower but smoother and more of like a blocky feel, but in a good way. I'm sure after breaking it will get a bit faster, but if not, then I'll just add some Stardust. And now for the maglev. There's not too much of a difference yet. It is a bit heavier. The turning is like a bit heavier. But other than that, there's not much of a difference. Maybe after breaking, the difference will be more apparent, but for now, there's not much of a difference. Once again, these are just my initial thoughts. I will be doing a full review on these lubricants in a separate video, so stay tuned for that. Now moving on to one of the puzzles. This is the Dayan Guhong v3m, and it is a 54mm cube, which means it is just 2mm smaller than standard, but 2mm is quite a bit when it comes to Rubiks cube sizes. So just off a first glance, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but you can see even through the packaging here, there's a lot of lubricant on the cube itself. It doesn't look like there's anything else in the box, not even a pamphlet or anything. But anyway, while holding this cube in my hand, I can instantly feel it is quite a bit smaller. It is only 2mm, but that is quite a difference in Rubiks cube sizing. And just as I expected, there's a lot of lubricant on this thing, so I'll give it a quick wipe down. So I wiped down the cube, and at first glance, this color scheme is quite nice. They have very good contrast, and just while doing those M moves, I could feel that the turning is really good. So into the actual first turn. So I did just have a cube pop, and that means I will have to tension the cube properly a little bit later on. But at first glance, it is quite a nice cube. Oop. We'll have to slow it down using some of the Speed Cube Shop lubricants. So let's give this cube a quick scramble and solve. I'm going to do the solve one-handed because I am intending for this to be my new one-handed main. So let me get a timer out here quickly. And 16 seconds. Okay. After I tension this cube, it will be a lot better. And off of just the first solve one-handed, I think this will end up being my new one-handed main. So it is a really nice cube. If it wasn't 54 millimeters, I would consider using it as my 3x3 main as well. But it is quite small and I do have quite large hands, so I'm only going to be using it as my, I'm only going to consider using it as my one-handed main. But anyway, moving on to the final cube of the unboxing, the MGC Sq1. This is the one I'm most excited for. And first look at the cube. Wow, it's quite a lot smaller than it would seem, but I know it's actually just standard size. But it's really nice at first glance. The big Florian holes in the middle are quite a surprise, considering that the Yushin Little Magic, which is my current main, has much smaller holes than this. And this also comes in the box. It is the black tiles for the to replace for the yellow tiles on the Sq1, and also a pamphlet on how to solve it, and a nice YJ screwdriver. But anyway, getting on to the cube itself. So once again, I have said this, but it feels quite small even though it is a standard size Sq1. It has a frosted texture, and I'm not very used to that, but I'm pretty sure it will go away after a couple of hundred solves. But anyway, on to first turns. So, of those few first turns, I can feel that the corner cutting is a lot better than the Yushin Little Magic Sq1. But I will have to tighten this cube. Even though it's not that loose, I will have to tighten it because I do feel some catching issues doing some algorithms. Like just there, it felt like it was about to like fly out of my hands. And stuff like this happens if I don't tighten it. So I don't want to break this. I'm gonna turn the camera off and get back to you after I fix this. So I got the cube fixed, and now I'm going to just tension the cube just a little bit too, so I can actually continue with first turns. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to just switch the color scheme because I use white on top instead of yellow. So I'm just going to do a little bit of tensioning on this. Okay, So it does already feel quite a bit more stable when I'm pulling it apart like this. Okay, anyway, and now I'm going to do a few more turns to feel how it feels now that it's a bit tight. And just off these turns, I'm pretty sure you can tell that it's still not the best. But after setup and all of that, it should be a really good square one. And it's already definitely my main because you can just feel the quality in the turning of this cube. Um, so I'm going to quickly scramble and solve this cube. I'm going to be doing slow turning solves because um, this cube is still not tensioned properly and probably will pop if I'm not doing slow turning solves. Bit of a mistake there and parody. Oh, and another locker. 16-second solve. It's definitely a very bad solve, but I think after tensioning and after I get used to this cube, I will get down to my old times in under a week. So quickly wrapping up this review, the slice magnets on the square one are a bit too strong, but the other magnets are actually quite enjoyable. But I'm sure after tensioning that the slice magnets won't be a problem. The Dayan, I'm gonna have to tension it a bit as well, but I'm sure it will become my one-handed main. And as for the lubricants, I am going to make a separate video reviewing them in detail, and I will give you my final thoughts in the next video. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you like this video and want to see more in the future.